Today we're going to be watching the $25 steak frites that became a New York City obsession. Most ordered. Shocker.
This step is one of the most crucial steps in the whole process.
Look at that. Look at that! Isn't that beautiful? Some people want health in life, money.
I say fuck that.
I want steak every day. Sorry. I really like steak.
Come on, you know, what else do you want? You take a fry, take a steak. I've been eating this for like 2 years. I'm not sick of it. My name's Sam Braverman. We're here at Lori Jane, and we're gonna make you our most popular dish, steak frites with our Lori Jane au poivre sauce.
Whoever Lori Jane is, I love her.
People come here for our steak frites because it is one of the best versions of the dish that exists. On a slower day, we're gonna do about 40 or 50 steaks. On an average day, that number's gonna float between 80 and 120. To this dish, there are 4 main components. That's going to be our USDA prime steak, French fries or frites, which we make here. There's the steak butter that's cooked down from the steak trim with a bunch of lovely herbs and stuff. And then there's our take on an au poivre sauce. Step 1 of steak frites. Get some steak, cut it up. This is USDA prime chuck flap. The chuck flap is analogous to a boneless short rib, meaning there's going to be a lot of marbling, a good amount of fat, as well as like some intramuscular and sinew.
I must say, the perfect type of steak doesn't have too much marbling, too much fat, you know? You got that Korean Hanwoo, you got Kobe beef and Wagyu beef in Japan. That's way too much. One time I was actually in Japan, Tokyo, and I ate Wagyu for a week straight. You know what happened? I literally shit myself. So, yeah, don't recommend it.
Fat, what we're doing here is trying to just get down to that nice, even, meaty chunk, and then portion you out some lovely 5-ounce steaks. Little guys like this, that's gonna go towards the staff. Also, we
I would
got
work here,
specials with our
100%,
excess
dream
trim.
job.
All the trim that you see JC pulling off of here, that's all going to form the basis of our steak butter. We're minimizing our waste. We're reinforcing the flavors. And
Good restaurant never wastes food.
It's just how we do things at Lori Jane.
I hate to
so
see
the steak
food goes to
butter is
waste.
going to be our final basting product for the steak once it's finishing up on the flat top. Step 2, make the steak butter.
Just a little bit more butter.
We're going to take our trim,
Not enough butter there.
some thyme, some rosemary, and then a ton of butter. Cook with unsalted.
Wrong type of butter. Best butter in the world, Orwellian butter from Canada, from Orwell, Canada. You'd know that if you watched The Bear, so something wrong already.
Butter, you can always add salt, dog. It's harder to take it away. Steak butter, I'm not gonna say it's an original concept. It's just another way to not waste a product. We take the steak butter, we go over here. Now that's gonna rock for at least an hour to 2 hours. Last step for the steak butter, a little closer to the end, we're gonna add in our garlic. We don't want that garlic to burn, so that's coming right at the end and just infusing a nice garlicky burst into that.
What's your favorite
Everybody
steak
likes
sauce?
garlic butter
I
on
do love an
steak.
au poivre,
This
but
is that
garlic
with
butter
more
is
steak.
amazing.
Step 3, make the fries. With steak frites, there's 2 core components to that dish, steak and French fries. For our French
You know French fries
our
don't come from
frites,
France? They actually come
we
from
like
Belgium
to
because
use
Americans
Idaho
were
russet
racist.
potatoes. We try to get 70 count potatoes. That means there's 70 to a box. So these days, in an average day, we're doing 150 to 200 pounds of potatoes.
Jeez.
First thing we have to do is rinse the potatoes right over here. I have a few I already did that for. And then these guys will go over here into our potato punch. We punch them at a 1/4 inch thickness. That's kind of like your classic McDonald's.
I will say that's the perfect size for fries. You don't want something too fat, otherwise it's just too much potato, you know what I mean? I will say McDonald's, best fries. When you get a really good McDonald's fries, chef's kiss. However, if we're talking consistency, Five Guys never misses.
Fat shoestring, bâtonnet, whatever you'd like to call it. Imagine doing this like 250 times. That's what we're looking at.
It's my dream.
Just
I would eat some.
to get the fries to that next stage in the process. When they're coming out, that's what a French fry is.
Perfect.
You know?
Perfect.
They're good. What you guys see here is equivalent to, let's say, 5 to 8 portions of steak frite fry once they're parred off and come up to temp. So of our total yield for an average night, this is about 1.5 to 2%. And now it's time to get them soaking in our acidulated water. We want to take some kosher salt, Add that
Always
into some
kosher.
cool water.
You know it's New York.
Going for about 2 tablespoons per 50 pounds of potato. Then we're also going to add in just some white vinegar, about the same amount. This step, soaking the fries in water, is one of the most crucial steps.
You don't want
in
a
the whole
starchy
process.
fry.
It's going to help
Smart.
regulate the starch content in the potato, draw out excess starch we don't want, keep in the good starch we do want. If you skip this, you will not yield as good of a final product. If you do not,
I love it when people talk about food like it's fucking a science project. It's amazing.
The end product is going to be floppy. It's going to be slightly brown and discolored. There's totally delicious.
That was my
fries
nickname
made
in
like
college.
Like Five Guys, you know, or In-N-Out. They're punched and immediately dropped into the water, and that's why so many people complain about In-N-Out fries. They're like, they're limp, they don't have the crust. It's because they're skipping that integral step, and they're not double frying them. So now we want to top these off with more water. If we don't cover the potatoes fully with water, they will start to oxidize and brown. We don't want that. We want nice, evenly colored potatoes. We're gonna let these soak for at least an hour, and while we're doing that, we're gonna get working on the AP sauce. Step 4, make the sauce.
That's fucking
To get
liquid
that going,
gold. Holy
we have
crap.
to break down a bunch of shallots. To make a batch of our poivre, it takes roughly a gallon of shallots. I believe that works out to like, I want to say 10 pounds.
Damn.
If you have a cast iron at home, or if you're in a commercial kitchen working with a griddle, take this guy and follow me over here. You can throw that on the griddle, and that's going to help season the griddle so that whatever
That's
you're
smart.
throwing
It's like
next
seasoning a
has
wok.
really good
You need
release,
salt,
gets a nice
soy
sear.
sauce,
You don't
garlic
have
to
to be
season it
worried
properly.
about sticking, rust,
Smart.
any of these things. The reason why we use shallots as opposed to, you know, say white or red onion or something like that, the shallots have a more nuanced, delicate flavor. It kind of ends up being somewhere.
You don't say shallots or
like a
shallot?
sweet onion and some
I grew up
garlic.
saying shallot, but I would
Kinda
say
makes
shallots are
space
much
for
more
all the other
refined.
things that go in this sauce. Take your rondeau or wide bottom saucepan, and then you're gonna take your shallots over here. We're gonna load them in a couple at a time to the Roboku. Pulse, 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 pulse. And then once they're getting down, then we're gonna take our shallot and we're gonna put them all into this pan. If you are at home and you cook food, get a rubber spatula. You can do so many things with it. It's freaking great. And at this point, if you
Or
want
is
a
it for
little
tools that can do more than one
variation
thing? You
in
don't want
the
one
size
tool
of
in
the
the kitchen that
shallots,
can only do
that's
one
okay,
thing.
because at the end of the process, we're actually going to strain all these out. You're not going to even eat these shallots. We're just going to infuse the sauce with all their flavor.
Beautiful.
This is a sauce with a bunch of components and processes, and that helps with layering the flavors throughout, so that when you get that finished bite, you know, you're going to get peppercorn at the front, then some creamy, then like a little bit of that allium vibe, like all of that
No clue what
rocking
allium
together
is.
to create this like luscious, happy, never broken sauce. So this is our steak butter. Pour a nice generous amount on there.
Okay, I take it back.
And then we
That's
do
liquid
also
gold.
add in a smidge of extra virgin olive oil just to help that cooking process go along. It's time to start cooking them. So at this point, the shallots are going to start roasting gently in the pan. We are going to be stirring them throughout. We're just kind of trying to like sweat them now and get them down to a nice translucent period where they'll start to release more of that aroma. And then we're going to start adding more stuff and building the sauce on top of that. So our shallots are just about there. They've been roasting for about 30, 35 minutes. We're going to go in with a really
You always want to
generous
cook
scoop
shallots
of
on a
garlic that
low
we're
heat.
mincing here.
Don't want to burn
And
them.
then believe this, we're gonna do it again. It's awesome. Who doesn't love garlic? We're starting to get some darker bits. So before this goes any further, we want to start adding our other liquids, which are gonna help this all come together and pull any fond off the bottom of the pan that we
Fond.
want for our final product. It's time for the booze and the other stuff. This is Douce Cognac. Thank you, French. You're going for
I
very,
agree.
very
I love the
generous
French.
2
Thank
to
you for
3
your
ounces.
food. I love your
We'll put
butter.
the cognac in there, let it rock for a moment, and then while that's starting to bring everything else together, we're gonna take about a quart of white wine.
When you were younger, did your mom cook you like a pasta that had wine in it, and then when she told you, you started acting fucking drunk? Because I did.
Like a nice Sauvignon Blanc, a Chardonnay, you know, that kind of classic food rule of 10% better than your cheap wine will do here. We don't need to cook out all of the alcohol right now, but if you see now, when we scrape the bottom of the pan, all of that flavor from the shallots starting to caramelize and even stick a bit, that's going into our sauce now. In here we have our other flavorants. This is tamari fish sauce. This is kekat manis. That's going to be a sweet thickened soy sauce. And we also have some lemon juice and sherry vinegar.
That looks fucking...
Now we have all these guys in here, and you're going to see this color start to take on a more, you know, darker, deep brown, just
you need
shy
to have the peppercorn
of
though. Where's the
black
fucking
hue.
peppercorn?
And that's where we want to be at this point in the process, because remember, we're about to start adding a ton of cream, and that's going to lighten the whole thing up a lot.
If you know me, you know I love cream. I'll just drink it
fucking
straight from the
house-made
jug.
chicken stock, and we're going to dump a whole bunch of it in. And we're going to let this reduce. This is about 6 liters of stock. We want to bring this down to about
You're telling me
4
you
to
wouldn't just
5,
drink that?
and
Because
then we'll
I
add our
mean,
cream in.
oh my god.
The sauce is
Look at that.
pretty much done.
Something to behold.
We're just going to let this rock together until that cream comes to a boil. Once the cream is at a boil, we'll then cut the heat, add a little bit more of our hard herbs, and then we just strain this out and it's ready for service.
It's amazing.
Step 5, put it all together, make sure you seasoned it. We're going to take our steaks, very generously season them.
I hate it. I hate it when people underseason fucking steak. You need some fucking season with some salt, hit it with some pepper, hit it with some thyme, some garlic powder, whatever. But do not underseason your steaks. That is the one mistake I will never forgive you from. You don't want a bland steak. You need flavor.
Alright, then we're going to come over here.
Also, season all 4 sides. Don't just season the top
That's
like
going
a
to help us form
dumbass.
that crust. Now we're going to take these guys.
See, this guy, he's making a mistake here. You see, he needs to season both sides. He needs to season the other side. It's disappointing here, actually.
So to
Such
form
a beautiful
that
piece
real
of steak.
hard crust on there. We do cook medium rare, sometimes a little closer to rare, because it's damn good meat, and we want you to have that. While those are hanging.
If you get medium well in a restaurant, I will come after you and I will kill you. Never ruin meat. Well, a cow died for this. You have to praise the cows. Be like an Indian. Cook it to medium rare. How many times do I have to tell you? Crazy.
Out, I'm going to get our peppercorn blend ready, toast those off, and start working on that. What we have here are some green Sichuan peppercorns, standard
Love me some
black
Sichuan peppercorns.
and then we have the red Sichuan peppercorn. So we take all our peppercorns, give them a nice gentle toast, right until they start to become fragrant. Once the
Dude, put your
peppercorns
face over that,
are
you'll
done
start crying.
toasting, these will get blended up
God.
and generously added to the au poivre sauce,
Dude, that
and
looks so
that will
beautiful.
form the true
Holy
au poivre. Our steak should be just about ready to flip.
Oh, yeah, you put more
And
salt.
at this point, now we're going to start hitting them with that steak butter. So by doing this, we're going to start to break down any of that excess intramuscular fat, and we're just infusing this with a lovely,
You don't want a tough
leafy,
steak. You want something to break
buttery,
down, you know? You
garlicky
want something that you just...
flavor. We're going to pop a dome on there. We're going to let that rock for about a minute or so. So those steaks cook for about 7 or 8 minutes.
Doesn't that look beautiful?
Have to rest
Doesn't that look
those for at least 7 to 8 minutes. If you're at home and you have the time, rest them for like 12 minutes. It will only be better.
You have to double fry fries every time. It's not enough.
All right, it's time to plate up. Check it out. We're gonna take our fries. We're gonna load that boat up. We wanna have a nice, even bed for your steak to sit on. Take our steak.
Look at that.
Right there.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Beautiful. Tiny bit of mulligan. It's already a very salty dish. Take our
Not
sauce.
salty enough, I love
So whether
salt.
that's a whisk or a ladle, you should see all the peppercorns in the sauce. You should know that you are getting a peppercorn sauce.
There's only one person in the world who wouldn't eat that. That's literally orgasmic. I don't think I've seen another thing as good as this in my life. Like genuinely, I could eat this every day of my life.
Us. A rain of chives. Shower them.
Oh my god. He's gone and ruined the dish. Why the fuck would you put chives on there? Holy shit. There's no point. Oh my, he ruined the goddamn dish.
And chives.
Ridiculous, ridiculous.
This
Just like
is our most ordered
basil
dish.
on pizza.
It's served with chopsticks.
Yes.
I am a Jewish kid from New York City. I love Chinese food. Also, this is the best
I'm an Asian kid from Hong Kong. I also love Chinese food. Chopsticks is the most versatile utensil in the world. You can use it for anything.
way to eat it. Alright? Like, watch. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna pick out our favorite piece of steak. And because we're feeling crazy, we're gonna double up. We're gonna go for 2 bites of steak.
Hey, why not fucking 3? I would do that.
Everything's okay. I've been eating this for like 2 years. I'm not sick of it. I'm bringing 1 home. I'm bringing 2 home. I'm feeding all you guys. It's good.
Beautiful.
Enjoy shit. I'm going to have lunch.
That was a great video. It was a great video. Only the chives, he fucked up there. The steak butter looked beautiful. Everything else looked beautiful. Hey, I'm going to eat a fucking steakhouse after this. If you like, please subscribe and like. Check the description for other videos. And yeah, I'm Hollander. Have a nice day.